Orlando sits near the center of the Florida peninsula, a sprawling inland metro built on flat, lake-dotted terrain about an hour from either coast. The city itself holds just over 300,000 residents, but the metro area is home to roughly 2.7 million people, the third largest in Florida. There is no ocean here and no hills. Orlando sits about 34 meters, or 112 feet, above sea level on terrain shaped by hundreds of small lakes. Tampa is about 90 minutes west on Interstate 4. Miami runs 3.5 to 4 hours south. Atlanta is roughly a 6.5-hour drive. Orlando is the theme park capital of the world, anchored by Walt Disney World, Universal Orlando, and SeaWorld. The parks drive the economy so completely that the entire visitor infrastructure, from hotel supply to highway design, is built around them. But there is a real city underneath. A walkable downtown around Lake Eola, the polished college town of Winter Park, and a deep Latin food culture. The primary visitor profile is obvious: families with kids planning a theme park trip. That is the trip Orlando serves better than anywhere on Earth. It also works for adult theme park fans, convention travelers extending a work trip, and northerners chasing warm, dry winter weather. One data-backed strength: hotel capacity. Orlando's enormous room supply keeps rates low, with mid-range hotels recently averaging around $82 a night. The big caveat is car dependence. Outside a few walkable pockets, Orlando is a highway city where nearly every trip means driving. Summer is the second caveat. June through September brings 32 degrees Celsius heat, near 90 Fahrenheit, plus daily thunderstorms and heavy humidity. The trip length sweet spot is 4 to 5 days, 3 for parks, 1 for recovery, 1 for the city beyond the gates. A week works if you are covering both Disney and Universal, or adding a coastal day trip. A weekend only covers a single park. This guide covers the whole decision: where to stay, what the parks actually cost, what exists beyond them, and when to come. Nearly everyone arrives through Orlando International Airport, code MCO, one of the busiest airports in the United States. The airport sits about 10 miles southeast of downtown. Most visitors head toward the attractions corridor southwest of the city. A ride share from the airport to the main hotel zones typically runs around $35 as of this recording, with metered taxis slightly higher. Uber and Lyft both operate with designated pickup zones on level 1 of the terminals. Skip anyone offering rides inside the terminal itself. The cheapest option is the Lynx City Bus. Line 11 connects the airport to downtown for $2, though it is slow and not luggage-friendly. Rental cars are the default choice here. Economy cars typically run around $45 a day, and every major agency operates on-site. For rail travelers, Brightline runs high-speed trains from a station inside the airport south to West Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, and Miami. Brightline fares to Miami start around $79 one way as of this recording, taking about 3.5 hours. Confirm current fares at gobrightline.com. Driving in is simple geometry. Interstate 4 from Tampa in about 90 minutes, and Florida's Turnpike from Miami in 3.5 to 4 hours. Inner-city buses are the budget play. Greyhound, Flixbus, and Megabus connect Tampa for roughly $10 to $25, and Miami for $15 to $40. Flights into MCO are competitive. Average domestic fares land around $225 round trip, with low-cost carriers advertising one-way fares from around $44. Once you are here, the car question is the big one. The verdict? Required for most trips, optional in only 2 specific cases. Case 1, an on-site theme park vacation where resort shuttles and park transport cover everything. Case 2, a stay planned entirely around one walkable pocket. Orlando has no metro system. Public transit means Lynx buses plus Sunrail. a weekday commuter train that skips both the airport and the parks. Lynx fares are cheap, $2 a ride, $4.50 for a day pass, $16 for a week. Buses take exact cash or the app. Tap to pay does not work. Sunrail runs north-south through downtown on weekdays only, useful for a winter park day trip from downtown, but little else for visitors. Walkability is zone-dependent. The overall picture is car-dependent, but International Drive, Downtown, and Winter Park each support a car-free day. On International Drive, many hotels sit within a 10 to 15-minute walk of restaurant rows and entertainment complexes. Crossing the corridor end to end still means a ride. Taxis are metered by law, starting around $3.25 plus roughly $2.80 per mile. Rideshare pricing beats taxis on most trips. By that meter math, a typical 6-mile hop across the tourist zones lands around $20 before tip. Downtown parking runs about $2.50 an hour or $15 a day in central garages. Resorts and parks charge their own daily rates on top. Central Florida's toll roads are everywhere. Rental agencies offer transponders. Without one, plate-billed tolls arrive later with service fees attached. Interstate 4 congestion is the region's running joke. Build slack into any schedule that crosses the city at rush hour. Cyclists get mixed marks here. Rental bikes and scooters exist, but bike lanes are patchy and traffic is fast, so treat cycling as recreation rather than transport. Where you stay in Orlando is really a choice between 6 zones, and the right one depends entirely on what your trip is for. First, the price picture. Mid-range hotels recently averaged around $82 a night, 4-star properties around $124, and simple budget rooms often land in the $50 to $70 range. Those mid-tier numbers are unusually low for a major American destination, a direct result of one of the largest hotel inventories in the country competing for visitors. The 5-star tier is a separate market entirely. Flagships like the Ritz-Carlton, Waldorf Astoria, and Four Seasons run from roughly $500 a night to well past $1,000. Vacation rentals sit in between. The median Airbnb runs around $175 a night, but sleeps families that would otherwise book 2 hotel rooms. Zone 1 is International Drive and the Convention Corridor, the closest thing Orlando has to a central visitor district. International Drive puts you 15 to 25 minutes from every major park by car, with restaurant rows within walking distance of most hotels. Big convention properties anchor the corridor. Rose and Shingle Creek and the Hyatt Regency Orlando both hold ratings of 4.6 across thousands of reviews. The pro is location and value together. The con is convention week crowds and a corridor that feels commercial rather than local. Zone 2 is the Universal District, the pick when Universal's parks are your priority. Universal's on-site hotels range from the value tier Endless Summer Resorts to Lowe's Portofino Bay, with Cabana Bay, a family favorite, rated 4.4 by over 36,000 guests. On-site guests get early park admission and walker shuttle access. The trade-off is paying a premium over identical comfort 2 miles away. Zone 3 is Lake Buena Vista and the Disney side, built around Disney Springs and the Resort Belt. Staying Disney adjacent buys proximity to 4 parks and the free Disney Springs complex at prices that climb with every step toward the gates. The con. This zone commits you to Disney. Universal, Downtown, and Winter Park all sit 25 to 40 minutes away by car. Zone 4 is downtown Orlando and Thornton Park, the pick for travelers who want a city rather than a resort. Downtown offers Lake Eola, a real bar and restaurant scene, and Sunrail access, with the parks a 20 to 30-minute drive against traffic. Zone 5 is Winter Park, the polished northern suburb built around brick streets and Park Avenue's boutiques and cafes. Winter Park suits couples and food-focused travelers. It is the least park convenience zone, and its dining prices run above the metro norm. Zone 6 is Kissimmee and the US 192 corridor, rock-bottom motel rates and enormous vacation rental communities south of Disney. Kissimmee is the budget and big family play. Quality varies sharply along the corridor, so read recent reviews before booking the cheapest rate. For families, a Kissimmee vacation rental or an on-site value resort delivers the most space and the shortest park mornings for the money. Couples do better in Winter Park or downtown. Budget travelers should compare international drive rates against Kissimmee before defaulting to either. Things to do in Orlando start with two giants, but the full version of this section is longer than the brochure. Walt Disney World is not one park. It is 4 theme parks, 2 water parks, and a shopping district spread across a resort the size of a small city. Magic Kingdom is the classic castle park and the default first day for families with younger kids. Epcot opened in 1982 as a permanent World's Fair, and its country pavilions, festivals, and newer rides hold a 4.7 rating across more than 160,000 reviews. Single-day Disney tickets run about $119 for adults and $114 for kids as of this recording, with children under 3 free. Disney's Animal Kingdom blends a zoological park with thrill rides. It was the largest theme park on Earth when it opened, at 580 acres. Typhoon Lagoon, one of Disney's 2 water parks, adds a wave pool and slides, an easy half-day in the hot months. Disney Springs is the free one, a lakeside dining and shopping district rated 4.7 across more than 200,000 reviews, no ticket required. Universal Orlando is the second giant, and lately, the more aggressive one. Universal Studios Florida opened in 1990 as a movie studio park. Islands of Adventure followed in 1999 with the harder thrill rides. Epic Universe, Universal's brand new third gate, opened in 2025. The first entirely new major theme park in Orlando in a generation. Universal single-day tickets start around $125 as of this recording. Multi-day and park-to-park versions lower the per-day cost. The Wizarding World of Harry Potter spans both older parks, Diagon Alley inside Universal Studios and Hogsmeade inside Islands of Adventure. Diagon Alley is the single highest-rated attraction in Orlando's visitor data, at 4.8 across nearly 22,000 reviews. Riding the Hogwarts Express between the two lands requires a park-to-park ticket, which is the version most Potter fans should buy. Butterbeer, the franchise's signature cream soda drink, runs about $9 and comes cold, frozen, or hot. City Walk, Universal's free entertainment district, works as a night out even without park tickets. SeaWorld anchors the third park cluster, with Discovery Cove next door running a very different model. Discovery Cove is reservation-based and all-inclusive, capped daily attendance, snorkeling with rays, and optional dolphin encounters, rated 4.7 by visitors. Beyond the gates, an older Florida survives, and it is cheaper and quieter. Gatorland has run since 1949 as a family-owned wildlife park. Alligators, bird shows, and a zip line over the gator pens. Lake Eola Park is downtown's centerpiece, a 1-mile loop around the lake, swan paddle boats, and a regular farmer's market. Harry P. Liu Gardens covers 50 acres of camellias, roses, and butterfly plantings on Lake Rowena, 10 minutes from downtown. Kelly Park, at Rock Springs, a half-hour north, is the local swimming hole, a clear, natural spring run through a 355-acre park. Lake Louisa. State Park, southwest of the metro, offers one of the area's few swimmable public lakes, plus rolling trail country. For families, the Audubon Center for Birds of Prey in Maitland rehabilitates hawks, owls, and eagles, with adult admission around $10. Winter Park is the culture day. Its brick-lined Park Avenue district is the most walkable shopping and cafe stretch in the metro. The Morse Museum there holds an extensive Tiffany glass collection, including a complete chapel interior, and is a genuine national caliber museum in a small package. Morse admission is modest, and Friday evenings are free during parts of the year. Confirm current hours at morsemuseum.org. Nearby, the free Hannibal Square Heritage Center documents Winter Park's historic African-American community through photographs and oral histories. Downtown, the Dr. Phillips Center for the Performing Arts opened in 2014 and carries the touring Broadway calendar plus concerts and dance. Orlando City and Orlando Pride play at Inter and Co Stadium downtown, and a soccer night is one of the best local crowd experiences here. Medieval times in Kissimmee stages, jousting, and falconry over a 4-course, utensil-free dinner, a kitsch classic families either love or skip. Rainy afternoons have a full indoor circuit, Topgolf, Dave & Buster's, Andretti indoor karting, and the Chocolate Museum's tasting tours. Many visitors also add a day trip to Kennedy Space Center on the Atlantic coast, about an hour east of the city. Now the practical part, how the days actually fit together in 3 sample itineraries. For a first visit family, 3 park days plus 1 recovery day is the realistic minimum. Day 1 starts at Magic Kingdom at opening, prioritizing the headline rides before 11, with a mid-afternoon hotel pool break before returning for fireworks. Day 2 is Epcot, country pavilions and snack stand grazing through the afternoon, an early sit-down dinner, and the nighttime lagoon show. Day 3 moves to Universal's Islands of Adventure, anchoring the morning at Hogsmeade before the lines build. Then City Walk for dinner. The recovery day matters with kids. A slow morning, the hotel pool, then Gatorland, or the Audubon Raptor Center in the cooler late afternoon. For travelers skipping the parks entirely, Orlando still fills 2 or 3 unhurried days. Day 1 starts with a morning swim at Kelly Park's Rock Springs, arriving early ahead of the crowds, then lunch back toward the city. Spend that afternoon in Winter Park, the Morse Museum, a slow walk down Park Avenue, and dinner at a chef-driven spot like the Ravenous Pig. Day 2 is downtown, Lake Eola and swan boats in the morning, Leu Gardens after lunch, then a show or a soccer match at night. A mixed-pace couples version balances 1 park day against the city's quieter side. Day 1 is Epcot, treating the World Showcase as a progressive lunch and staying through the evening show. Day 2 is brunch in Winter Park, the Tiffany Chapel at the Morse, then an unhurried garden hour at Lau before a downtown dinner. Day 3, if you have it, is Epic Universe or Islands of Adventure, picking 1 park and refusing the temptation to split the day. Booking windows matter here more than in most cities. Park tickets and popular restaurants reward planning weeks ahead. Most restaurants book 1 to 7 days out, but Disney character dining and signature venues can require 60 to 180 days. Discovery Cove sells out on its capped attendance well in advance, especially over school holidays. Orlando's food story is 2 cities, the tourist corridors you will meet first, and the Latin-rooted local scene underneath. The corridors are chain country. International Drive and the park districts are dense with national names, and the ratings data reflects it. That is not automatically bad. The chains here are high volume, consistent, and open late, which matters after a 12-hour park day. The local backbone is Latin. Metro Orlando holds one of the country's largest Puerto Rican communities, alongside deep Cuban and broader Caribbean roots. That shows up as roast pork, rice and beans, and café con leche at bakeries and counters far from any ticket gate. A pressed Cuban sandwich runs about $12. Roast pork, ham, Swiss, pickles, and mustard on Cuban bread, done properly at spots like Raoul's Cuban Cafe. Black beans with yellow rice, around $8, is the everyday staple, and vegetarians can eat well on it across the Latin spots. The Florida seafood canon is fully present here. A grouper sandwich, the state's signature fish, typically runs around $16. Stone crab claws appear in season at the upscale seafood houses for around $35, served chilled with mustard sauce. Key lime pie, the official state pie, closes menus everywhere at around $8 a slice. Southern brunch culture is strong. Fried chicken and waffles around $18, done best at chef-driven rooms like the Ravenous Pig in Winter Park. Uniquely Floridian novelty exists too. Fried alligator bites around $14, taste like firmer chicken and show up at Gators Dockside and Cafe Tutu Tango. Inside the parks, the icons are their own food group. Dole Whip pineapple soft serve at $6, smoked turkey legs at $15, butterbeer at $9. 3 clusters carry the non-park dining: Park Avenue and Winter Park, the downtown adjacent Independence around the Mills 50 district, and the resort districts. Disney Springs and City Walk work as one-stop variety, dozens of full-service rooms without a park ticket at resort district prices. Price reality check. A quick-serve meal runs $8 to $15, and a mid-range dinner for 2 lands around $70 before drinks and tip. Fine dining pushes a per-person check toward $120, mostly at the resort steakhouses and Winter Park's upper tier. Coffee averages around $5, and a local draft beer around $6. Both fairly standard for urban Florida. Remember the tipping math. Sit-down service expects 18 to 20%, which effectively raises every menu price by a fifth. Breakfast near the hotel zones skews to buffets, pancake houses, and the 24-hour Wawa counters that locals actually use. Brunch is a weekend institution, generally 10 to 1, and the popular rooms fill by mid-morning. Dinner runs early by international standards. Kitchens fill from 6 p.m., and many close by 9 or 10 outside the resorts. Reservations need 1 to 7 days for most rooms. The famous exception is Disney character dining, which books 60 to 180 days out. Dietary needs travel easily here. Vegetarian and vegan options rate excellent across the metro, halal is common, kosher is more limited, allergen awareness is high, tap water is safe everywhere, and free water with table service is the norm. Self-catering is straightforward. Publix is the dominant grocer, and a vacation rental kitchen cuts a park week food budget meaningfully. Time for the budget, and Orlando's math has a twist. The city is cheap, and the reason you came is not. Start with the 3 daily tiers per person before park tickets. Budget travelers get by around $80 a day. A moderate style runs around $150 a day, and a comfortable trip lands near $250 per the gathered cost data. Now the twist. A single adult theme park ticket adds $119 to $125 to whichever tier you picked for every park day. The budget tier line items: hostel beds around $35, or budget hotel rooms in the $50 to $70 range split 2 ways. Budget food runs $25 to $35 a day, with quick-serve lunches, grocery breakfasts, and 1 modest sit-down meal. Budget transport means the $16 weekly Lynx pass if you plan around buses, though most budget travelers still end up splitting a rental. The moderate tier, the $82 mid-range room, $60 to $80 of food, and a rental car at $45 plus parking and fuel. The comfortable tier, 4-star rooms around $124, the $175 median vacation rental, or 5-star resorts from around $500, plus resort dining throughout. Activities are where Orlando runs unusually high versus the national norm. Multi-day, multi-park trips stack ticket costs fast. A family of 4 doing 3 park days is spending roughly $1,400 to $1,500 on admissions alone at current single-day rates. Accommodation is where it runs unusually low. That $82 mid-range median is a fraction of what comparable U.S. metros charge. 2 cost tips that survive any season. Hotel rates drop hard in the weeks after holidays, and park tickets get cheaper per day the more days you buy. Watch the quiet add-ons: resort parking fees, toll charges on the rental, and the automatic 18 to 20% tipping layer. There is no tax refund scheme for foreign visitors. U.S. sales tax is added at the register and stays paid. To put that in perspective, a typical day in Orlando runs about $150 versus about $130 in Great Smoky Mountains and $125 in Asheville, on the pricier side for the area. When to come is a weather question and a crowd question, and in Orlando, the two point in different directions. The weather math is simple. From the gathered 12-month data, two windows stand out: March to April and October to November. Spring runs 27 to 29 Celsius, about 80 to 84 Fahrenheit, with only 4 rain days a month and the year's sunniest skies. Late fall is the sleeper. November averages 25 Celsius, 78 Fahrenheit, with just 2 rain days, the driest month of the year. Winter is mild rather than warm. December through February, highs run 19 to 23 Celsius, 67 to 74 Fahrenheit, with cool nights. Winter cold snaps are real, but brief, and pool weather is not guaranteed in January. Summer is the season to think twice about. June through September, highs sit at 31 to 32 Celsius, 88 to 90 Fahrenheit. Humidity holds at 80 to 84%, and perceived temperatures in the parks can pass 40 Celsius, 104 Fahrenheit. Storms are nearly daily in summer, 11 to 12 rain days a month, usually violent mid-afternoon bursts that clear by evening. The summer pattern rewards a specific rhythm. Parks at opening, indoors or pool from 2 to 5, back out for the night shows. August through October is also the heart of hurricane season. Orlando's inland position blunts the worst of it, but disruption risk is real. Now the crowd calendar, which is what actually sets prices here. Peak crowds hit in March for spring break, June through August for school summer, and the Christmas to New Year stretch. The shoulder months are April, May, September, October, and November. Softer crowds, with weather ranging from excellent to stormy. There is no true off-season, but January and February after the holidays are the quietest, cheapest weeks of the year. Mosquito season runs roughly April through October. It is an annoyance at the lakes and springs more than a health concern. The verdict: early November is the best overall window, with late April a close second, trading slightly hotter days for longer park hours. The practical file starting with money. Cards are accepted essentially everywhere, contactless included, and the whole trip can run cashless apart from tips and vending. Skip currency exchange entirely. Pay by card and pull any needed cash from bank ATMs, which typically add around $3 per out-of-network withdrawal. If an ATM or card terminal offers to charge you in your home currency, decline it. Dynamic currency conversion quietly adds several percent. Tipping is not optional culture here. Expect 18 to 20% at any sit-down restaurant. Beyond restaurants, $1 or $2 per drink at bars, and 15 to 20% on taxis and ride shares. At hotels, leave $2 to $5 a night for housekeeping and cash daily, and $1 or $2 per bag for porters. There is no VAT-style refund for tourists. Sales tax is simply part of every price. On entry, most Western visitors arrive on the ESTA visa waiver, and approval before boarding is mandatory. Apply only through official government sites. Border officers commonly ask about trip purpose, length of stay, where you are staying, and your occupation. Direct answers keep it short. Proof of accommodation is frequently requested, so keep booking confirmations reachable on your phone. Cash above $10,000 US must be declared on arrival, and enforcement is strict. Connectivity is easy. If your phone supports eSIM, buy a US data plan online before you land. Physical SIMs are sold at the airport, carrier stores, and big box retailers. T-Mobile and AT&T prepaid plans start around $30 a month. Coverage across the metro is excellent on 4G and good on 5G, and hotel and cafe Wi-Fi is fast. The emergency number for everything is 911. No VPN is needed, and no services are blocked. Outlets are the North American Type A and B at 120 volts. Travelers from Europe, Asia, and Australia need a plug adapter. Tap water is safe everywhere, including ice, and refill stations are free inside the parks. Pharmacies are everywhere, including 24-hour CVS and Walgreens locations, and standard medications are easy to find over the counter. Hospital care is world-class, led by the Orlando Health Network, with free interpreter services for international patients. The catch is cost. U.S. healthcare is the world's most expensive, so travel insurance is essential, and providers typically expect payment up front. 2 seasonal health notes. The sun is serious most of the year, and mosquitoes run April through October, so repellent earns its bag space. Safety overall matches what the numbers suggest: a heavily policed tourist economy with moderate petty crime and lower violent crime risk for visitors. The tourist corridors are well monitored. Downtown's bar district gets rowdier late, and solo travelers should favor ride shares over long night walks there. The scam that actually costs visitors money here is the vacation rental listing scam. Fake or hijacked listings that pull you off platform. Book rentals only through platforms with payment protection and never wire money or pay a host directly for a listing you found online. Families are the default customer in the city, and solo travelers, including solo women, generally report the tourist zones feel comfortable. Etiquette is easy. Dress is casual nearly everywhere. Smart casual covers the nicest rooms, and indoor smoking is banned. The drinking age is 21 and actively enforced. Carry photo ID regardless of your age. Quiet hours around 10 p.m. are enforced in residential areas, which matters mostly in vacation rental neighborhoods. Packing for Orlando is about heat management and park stamina in 4 short categories. For clothing, pack breathable synthetics or cotton, 1 light layer for over air-conditioned interiors, swimwear, and a rain shell for the storm months. Winter visitors should pack 1 extra warm layer for evenings when temperatures can drop to around 9 Celsius, the high 40s Fahrenheit. For footwear, bring 1 pair of broken-in walking shoes for park days, sandals for pool time, and water shoes if the springs are on your list. Gear: a refillable water bottle, a compact poncho or umbrella, a day pack that meets park size rules, and a portable phone charger for 12-hour days. The health kit essentials: high SPF sunscreen, insect repellent, blister care, and hand sanitizer cover the actual failure modes of an Orlando week. So, the decision. Orlando is 3 different trips wearing 1 name, and it rewards knowing which one you are booking. It is best, first, and most obviously, for families with kids. Nowhere on Earth concentrates this much built-for-children entertainment in 1 metro. It is equally strong for adult, theme park, and pop culture fans, especially with Epic Universe now open and the Potter lands at full strength. And it quietly works as a warm, affordable winter base, mild, dry weather, mid-range rooms averaging near $80, and good flights from most of the country. It is not ideal for travelers who measure cities by walkable historic cores and transit. This is a car metro, full stop. It also frustrates crowd-averse visitors in peak weeks, when the headline parks run at capacity and prices follow. Skip it too if a trip means escaping commercial America. The corridors here are commercial America at maximum wattage. The scorecard: attractions, exceptional; lodging value, excellent; food, better than its reputation; transit week, weather strongly seasonal; and total cost, driven by tickets. Trip design in 1 line, 4 to 5 days, 3 for the parks you chose, 1 to recover, 1 for Winter Park and downtown. Time it for early November or late April. Book the character meals months ahead and budget the tickets before the flights. The value verdict? For the trip Orlando is built for, no alternative at similar cost comes close. For any other trip, better cities exist at the same price. That's our guide to Orlando, Florida. Everything mentioned is linked in the description below. If you are planning another trip, we have more guides waiting for you. And if you haven't yet, subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Thanks so much for watching.